Hello, and how's everyone doing in the Galactic Family Podcast world tonight? We welcome the inspiring Glenda Dawson, a passionate educator, community leader, and guiding light for the next generation. Glenda empowers others through compassion, wisdom, and purpose driven action. Her energy is all about uplifting consciousness and helping others to shine. Tune in as we explore her journey and the ripple effect that she has of her heart led service. Hello, how you doing, Glenda?
Hi, Jay. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. I'm glad you can make it on.
Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Definitely. So can you share a little bit about your early life? Like, were there any signs even then that you were destined to be a guide or a healer?
Well, let me just start. Before the age of two, I was already in communication with what people call archangels.
Okay.
Okay. They used to come to me and, joke and play with me and talk to me and guide me and all that. Now, from the time I was born till the day before I was two, I have been told by many doctors I could not walk because I do have some bones missing in my legs. And the age of one day before the age of two, I'm doing my usual routine in the afternoon, sitting outside in the front porch so my mother could actually do work and cook and clean and all that. And I got told by them that I could walk, and I was like, no, you know, talking to them? No, I can't. And by the way, talking didn't mean talking, like
Yeah.
talking. So I understood them, they understood me, I was, although I was very advanced in my speech, um, I never spoke out loud. So I kept saying no, no, and one of them grabbed me by my hand, and I started walking. So I go inside. I'm like, okay, mom, I want something to drink. My mother, of course, screams, faints. She screamed so loud that most of the neighborhood came over, see what was going on and all that. So at that point, I got kind of inclined that there was something going on, but I'm two. I'm
Yeah.
2 years old. To me, I'm talking to beings that nobody else can see, and I didn't realize nobody else could see. So um, after my mother came to, and all the neighbors were there, and they were like, "It's a miracle, and this is going on," and they're all, and I'm saying to myself, "What is going on? What's the big deal? Like,
Yeah,
what are you
right?
guys going crazy about?" So I just say, "Okay, just let everything happen," and I'm just watching people because even back then I was a people watcher, and just seeing how they reacted, and once everything calmed down, my father was called from work to rush over, my grandparent, everybody. And once the next day was my birthday. So on my birthday, my mother wakes up and comes to me and says, I know you could understand me. I know you know what I'm saying, and I want you to repeat what I'm saying. So I was like, okay. And of course this is in Spanish because I'm Cuban, and you know, my mother at that time we didn't speak English. So my mother says to me, whatever you see, whoever you speak to, you're only to come and talk to me about it.
Okay.
Don't talk to your father or anything like that. Nobody, because at that point they were putting people away if you talk to invisible people. So that day on my birthday, they came to me and they said, "Well, what are you gonna do?" I was like, "You know what? Basically, in grown-up terms, you can did me a solid, I'll do you a solid. So I'll commit myself to the greater good, for the highest good of divine being, divine creator, God at that point." And ever since then, that's what I've been doing. I did take off a little bit of time off when I was having my kids and, all that stuff, because that brought in a whole bunch of other responsibilities and stuff. But I still spread joy as much as I could. I still uplifted people as much as I could. I still gave what they say, the shirt off your back, to anybody who
Yep.
needed it. I used to have in my house in Wayne, when there were kids coming over for friends of my kids, and a whole bunch of, all of a sudden I had like 10 kids in my house. And they were all like, okay, and I was like, okay, just make big pots of food, and we were just like, okay, guys, and everybody would, and then I found out later on, because my mother used to do the same thing, and later on I found out from one of those kids that had grown up that that was the only meal that they had.
Huh.
So you never know what you're doing.
Okay.
You never know how you're uplifting. You never know how you're inspiring people. And my mother used to say, so you make spaghetti, you make pasta, you make macaroni and cheese for all these kids. So what? One box versus three boxes. So what? It isn't like it's going to put you over into bankruptcy for doing that.
Yeah.
So that's always been my philosophy. Help
Okay.
whoever I can, whenever I can. That
So,
has taken me to many different places. Many
so,
different places. Yes.
so, did you face any resistance or doubt from your family and friends or social or even like society as you embraced this calling? It was there like different people that you couldn't talk to, like your mom
Oh
said,
yeah.
come to me
Yeah.
only?
I could only talk to my mother's women, my mother's side women. I
Okay.
later found out that my grandfather also had gifts and he could also speak to, but I found out after he was already passed away, on my mother's side also.
Yeah.
Now, believe it or not, I've been noticing that most of my family now are like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" and asking me for advice, and can you send the angels over to protect me? And I'm like, "Wow, this is different." I was I was a little bit afraid to go out there,
Yeah.
and now they're like, "Oh, we knew you were special. We knew you were brought here by angelic energy and all this other stuff." And I'm like, okay, so why did I have to keep quiet all these years?
Yeah, right?
So, but it is nice to finally like be able to say, yeah, I'm out there,
Yeah.
and and
So
that's
your
it.
mom
So
so your mom and your mom's side was more the mentors and guides that you had during
yes,
this journey.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. And I was able to talk to them about anything. Like if um for example, there was an aunt on my father's side. Get this. On my father's side, there was an aunt that was literally possessed. And
Yeah.
this is a very interesting thing. This being that possessed her would literally lift her up in the air and
Yeah.
push her into the lake, lift her up in the air, push her into the lake. And so they called me in at the age of 5 so that the being could concentrate on my light while the ministers and all that did whatever they had to do to cure her, as they call it.
Okay.
So, they knew about it, but they just outwardly didn't acknowledge it, I guess.
I am okay. So how has your role as an educator evolved though through your metaphysical journey then?
Well, because I never stopped studying,
Okay.
I'm always a student. I believe that this way I don't get stuck in the box that they want me to get stuck in. So the more I learn, the better I could evolve and the better I can teach. Um, Besides, there are different tools to teach.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Okay.
I'm always growing or trying to.
How do you help clients to overcome their own fear, self-doubt, or societal conditioning?
Well, I do a few things. One, there are classes that I teach, like self-love classes, courses,
Okay.
where I bring in the tools that they need and I point out different things why they're feeling self-doubt and all that. So for example, if you didn't realize that when you were a teenager, somebody said to you, you sing horrible, and you stopped singing after that. And now
Yeah.
you have, you have doubt that you could even sing, but you hear people saying, "Oh, you have a great voice," and you're like, "No, I don't." So I teach them how to overcome those statements from their past. I teach them to release that energy, and I
Okay.
help them through certain healing modalities to get rid of that, what I call the trauma attachment, which is the energy, the negative energy of something like that happening to you.
Okay. So, um, tell us about your what kinds of transformations have you witnessed in the clients that you've worked for?
Well, I have witnessed people like being afraid of the dark, being afraid of taking a shower, being afraid of closed doors. Um, and we have been able to get to those moments, whether it's in this lifetime or in a previous lifetime, to those very moments where the trauma occurred. In one particular woman, I took her to a past lifetime, and she was Jewish while the Holocaust was happening. And so the dark, the showers, the closed doors, she couldn't handle that because it would trigger her from that lifetime.
I got you. It's
Yeah,
just like with me, with being from, the loud noises and stuff, the pops, they
right.
get me every time, So it's trying to get around that itself
Exactly.
then.
Exactly. And also working through it to
Okay.
make you realize, okay, you, for example, you have fireworks. You hear fireworks, you could be triggered.
Yeah.
But if I could put you in a meditative state and show you that they cannot hurt you now, and go into your higher self, your psyche, your
Okay.
complete body and your complete mind, and your higher self, and we could talk and say, look, yes, that happened. Now these are just fireworks. And
Okay.
take the fear out of the situation. You may still react like Finch, but it won't be like I want to hide under the bed.
I got you. Then I'll put it to something else than I would. It's trying to put it to another
Out.
picture in my head.
Right. Exactly. So what we do is we work through that, and I give you a different scenario. Just change
Okay.
the scenario a little bit of how it occurred, and then help you like with tapping or uh, affirmations, different things, and then you it won't trigger you as much to the point then where you fully disconnect.
Okay. So what tools do you work with? Like do you work with oracle cards, pendulums, crystals, etc.? And how does that help you and with your work? And how do they support the readings?
Okay, I don't need those things anymore,
Okay.
but I do use crystals and pendulums and all that other stuff because it helps the client.
Okay. You're
They see
focusing
it.
an intention.
Intention, right? And
Okay.
they pay attention to that and are more willing to, their monkey mind is busy while their other side, their spiritual side, spiritual mind then is accepting and open to what is being said.
Oh, all right.
So it could be, I put a nice bright piece of paper in front of you or a bunch of crayons and tell you, go ahead, draw. While I'm giving you the messages, I'm giving you the reading. And this side, the monkey mind that's always thinking, and
Yeah.
holding you back and the ego and all that, will be focusing on your drawing. So
Okay.
it's
Refocusing intentions.
exactly.
Okay. That's a good one. So, what is the difference between intuition and
Mhm.
psychic perception in your experience?
Intuition is that little pain in your stomach.
Okay.
That's your own self telling you something is happening or you're in the wrong place or wrong time. Turn around, don't go that direction. The other one is foreseeing, to me, foreseeing something's going to occur.
Okay.
It's like, for me, I see it as a movie, a little clip of, if you go in this direction, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm to the point where I actually see it, so it's a little different. Some people can't tell the difference, but that's okay. One is, they're both directed towards you. They're both giving you either warnings or guidance,
Yeah.
and they're both basically come from your guides or your team, spiritual team. It's not necessarily your guides, because your guides are the ones that I call it the ones that you're born with and you go home with. But your spiritual team could be your angels, could be your galactic family,
Yeah.
could be your ancestors.
Okay.
So it all
All right.
depends on how you focus how you get to know them.
Okay. So, have you ever contacted non-human intelligence, and what are the main messages they give you? I know one is peace, because that is always what they are looking for, is peace. But what about the other messages?
Well, if you ever seen my uh, messages on Sundays, which channel messages, they're always trying to get human beings to remember who they truly are. Remembrance. So what they do is, through coordinates that they give us, we just travel there. We travel to whatever place they want us to travel. So it could trigger something inside of us so we could remember more and more and more. So we actually are ascending or awakening more when we do these exercises.
So it's like a past memory remembrance.
There you go. Good way of putting it.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting. That's really interesting.
And also sometimes it's a future remembrance, because
Yeah.
remember, past and future could be happening at the exact same time. So
Oh, yeah. I mean, and sometimes you get messages from them like, "This is what happened to this planet over
yep.
here.
Hmm.
Look at what you're doing."
Exactly. And we're here to try to stop that
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
because we're tired of moving.
Yeah. I'm just tired of being at the bottom of the food chain, because it's like humans aren't at the top. We never have
No,
been. And the
no.
minute that we stop believing, and everybody stops believing that we're number one in the universe, our arrogance level goes from up here down to here, and we're good.
Uh-huh. And then we start to actually open our eyes.
Humility.
Yeah. Yes. They just don't get it.
Well, it's the bigger picture. That's nobody looks
Mhm.
at.
No.
It's like, when I can remember my grandfather telling me back in the 40s and 50s, they said, the people were worried about the next ice age, and they said they had commercials on TV where they were throwing coal on ice and lighting it on fire, and saying, "Oh, we need to burn the ice up," because we're afraid of the ice age.
Right. Right.
And then now it's like the total opposite. It's like, oh, we can't burn the coal. It's killing us. It's
Mm-hmm.
like they constantly change their
Change
minds and
the rules of the game.
yeah, they change it to fit the directive that they want.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
And
it seems like with these small communities out there, we are starting to make a difference.
yeah.
Starting to pull people in, show them the difference of the peaceful contact versus what they're offering.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
which I mean, we could get in a whole different segment about Atlas three eye Atlas that's coming in from interstellar space that everybody is saying is a alien spacecraft coming to to the Earth, and I'm like, well, there's that false flag event that I was hearing about. It's a wonder that they don't just say it. I mean, they can't really hide it anymore. Too many people
No.
know. So just
Yeah. And too many
come out
people
on
have
the news.
actual proof, like
Yeah,
pictures and recordings and all that other stuff. It's
just
just
come out on the news and say, you know what? We just need more money for our military. You want to be safe, right? Well, that's why we're saying this.
yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
But I
And
mean,
let's face it, if a galactic spaceship, a UFO, comes down and wants to shoot at us, there's nothing we could do to stop
they've
it.
already proved that.
We're
There's
just like, okay,
Yep, there's been two proofs of that.
I'm done here.
Yep, there's been one where they were like, I'm just gonna hover above this nuclear missile base. Up, guess what? All your missiles are now off.
Hmm.
But I heard, and I have a file in my files that says the CIA dug it up when the USSR was there and before it fell. And
Mm.
they had an incident in the USSR where the UFO turned the missile on.
Mm.
And it wasn't, I don't think it ever was going to let it go. But
Yeah.
literally, these guys were pulling cables out. They said in this document, the CIA, it would not stop the countdown. It went down to like 3 seconds and then it stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And then the craft left. And I was like, well, there's your warning.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
They're
we could,
like, oh, you want to destroy yourself? Oh,
yeah,
we'll help you. We'll
we
help
could
you
either,
out.
we could either help you start it or we can save you. But
Yeah,
we're not going to do both.
right, right. Exactly. Exactly.
So, um, how do you define energy healing? And for those like new to the concept of
Okay. Everything in this world has energy. Everything. Because even that piece of paper that you write on, that was a tree at some point. And that tree has energy because it's living.
it.
And it gets its energy also from the earth, which is living. The crystals that you dig up and you play with, that is full of energy because it was in a living and earth, and it's part of the earth, and it's just everything. People think that it's because it's this a metal,
Yeah.
you know, silver. Oh no, that doesn't have energy. Well, it does because it was part of earth at some point, right? Everything that we do, even though it has been processed and manufactured and reshaped and restretched and whatever, it still has that energy. And every single time that the earth um, breathes, it gives off energy. And when the sun is out there, it's bringing down energy. When the moon is out there, we see the moon, it's bringing down energy. Look at the full moons. All the water rises, right? High
Yeah.
tides everywhere. So that's energy. And so what I do, I'm the conduit. I consider myself a conduit. I don't consider myself a healer. Because if I was a healer, I wouldn't be here.
Yes.
So I'm the conduit where energy flows through me. I know how to harvest it, have been attuned to all that, harvest it, and then, or initiated, as some people call it. And then I am able to put it through my body and send it out to the intended people.
Okay.
Now, that energy is sent out, but your higher self, you, for example, if I send it to you, you have to accept it
Hmm.
because there's still the free will.
Yes.
And that energy, even energy is respectful of that.
Okay.
Now, there are different types of energy there, or energy healing. There's like Reiki, okay, which I am 25th level
Oh, wow.
grandmaster. Most people are only third level, but I've studied since the early 1980s, and I
I
have
did not even know it went up that high.
it's a grandmaster
Wow.
status, yes. And then I also have over around 150 different types. So what I call is the main Reiki, or Sui Reiki, basically, is like your family physician. And then all the other ones are the specialists. So I have the one that um, you can uh, help for people with addiction.
Yep.
I have the other one that it's only for the legs or the circulation or the nervous system, so on, so on. So each one of them has its purpose and intention.
Yeah, it's
Um,
like Omni Collective said here that it's like tuning on a radio. The
yes,
information station, you still have a choice. You turn it on or not. That's analog.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
yeah,
That's
definitely.
it. That's the value of the attunement or the initiation, which some people call it initiation, some people call it attunement. It's like the old radios. You got to tune into the right frequency, and
Same
so
thing with
the
people's bodies. They can be out of tune or in tune.
exactly, exactly. And the good thing about energy healing is that if you use it for good purposes, good intentions, the connection will get stronger. If
Okay.
you use it for bad intentions or back with bad outcome, you know, or bad thoughts, the energy itself will start diminishing and the actual attunement will not work any longer.
Because you're not in sync with the rhythm of the peaceful rhythm that it is that you're
Uh,
trying to get into.
right, which is divine energy.
Yes.
Right. So,
I can
and
understand that. It's almost like a negative attraction. You have north and south, or you're not trying to, you're trying to push two of them together. It's not going to work. You got to
right,
opposites attract.
exactly. So you have to be in the
The
right frame of
same.
mind. Right.
Yep.
It's all the frequency, it's all energy. And like I said, divine energy is a life force that's within us. And if we do all this healing or attempt to use all this energy for misdirection or not positive results, then you're not going to, sooner or later, it's going to just die down. It's like a battery radio, after a
Yeah.
while, the batteries just die. So,
So, um, how has building now? Can you tell us about your meetup group and how that formed and what kinds of experiences there are shared in there?
oh, okay, sure. My original meetup group was originally started, believe it or not, when I started the Reiki clinic.
Oh, nice.
This was before COVID and all that, 2016, 2017, around there.
Okay.
And it was three of us. We decided to start this in a church, after at night, and we would
Yeah.
just give free or by donation um, Reiki sessions.
Oh, nice.
We would do a meditation, we would clear out the chakras, and then the three of us would participate in and give each person, in person, of course, a quick Reiki healing session.
Okay.
And then the other two left, and then I remained with it, and then I brought in some helpers, but then, of course, COVID hit and
Yeah.
everything went into Zoom. So that's why now I do it the Reiki stream session on Monday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern. And
Mhm.
anybody could catch that on my YouTube channel at Glenda's Magical Creations. But
Yep.
the meetup, I made it, that original one, I made it private because I wanted people to feel safe to be able to go in there and participate in any of the classes that I did,
Yeah.
whether they were galactic or spirituality or witches or
Yeah.
whatever it was. This way people didn't feel like if they put themselves out there they might be pointed to, and they don't want to be out and whatever. It's a free will type of thing, and this way they don't have to.
See, that's
So,
why that's why with my channel, with it being open like this, it's fine because I have pit bulls in the chat room that take care of stuff, right, Lady D? So I'm not too worried about that. But they I I that's one thing I don't like. When I watch all these other podcasts and I see other podcast hosts and I'm like, why in the heck would I be on your podcast if you're going to be talking about me like that? Or
mm,
something like they blindside you with a question. I'm not like that. You
right,
know,
right.
I like keeping a cool environment and keep it flowing because that's where the energy comes from.
Exactly, exactly.
But
And like people think my house and my center are the same place, and they're not. My center is where I come and I do all my spiritual stuff. My home is my home.
yeah,
And I keep it separate, not because of anything, but some people don't carry the right energy, the right frequency. And
yeah.
I don't want to bring that frequency into my home.
It though I want to say something there. It's like trying to get a bat out of your house after that.
Right. Which is okay. I could do it, no problem.
Well,
But
yeah,
why waste my energy on that if I don't
exactly.
have to? Yeah.
You got to cleanse your own house. Oh, geez.
I know. Although I do that regularly anyway, but
I
it is an old house.
yeah.
So it is from before 1900. So
Oh, okay. Well, you never know. Even the land.
exactly. Exactly.
So how has building a community through your events help raise consciousness then?
Well, I feel that every single time somebody is able to release something they've been carrying and feel lighter and raise their own vibration, it raises the vibrations of everyone else, whether it's in the group or one on one. Because somebody comes in here and they're all sad, they're depressed, they're carrying this heaviness with them. They leave light. They might be willing to let somebody go, open the door for somebody, smile, say good morning, say good afternoon.
Yeah.
And that in itself just carries on more positive energy. Just those little tiny things. And also, they may not react as fast as they would before. So if
Mhm.
somebody is cutting them off, maybe they should say, okay, you got to be someplace faster than I do. Although I'm from Jersey, and
Yeah.
the Jersey girl once in a while comes out, and that middle finger does come out. Although it's not out of anger. It's just the reaction of the Jersey girl. So
Yeah. It's
I
just where
grew
you
up.
were brought up and
Yeah,
lived and
exactly.
but
I
that's with anybody. It's with
yeah,
anybody.
right.
But you are more attuned not to do it
Right.
because you meditate. You calm
Exactly.
yourself down beforehand before you even go on a drive, before you even
Oh,
go.
I said my protection
Yeah.
prayers before I leave. Well, I call them prayers. I say my protection prayers. I ask my guides to, hide me cloak me if I need to. Like if I'm really running late, I'm like, hey guys, make sure nobody sees me so I can move faster. Lord. So, but
I swear, like my oh man, like oh. Yeah, I'm like you though. Yeah, I need protection so I can go faster.
Yeah,
But
not really, dangerous because I don't really
no,
like to
not
see,
not
but
dangerous. Like 10 miles over the speed limit.
yeah, not
Five,
more than,
10.
yeah, 5 to 10, and this way I could and get to where I need to.
If you're not early, you're late.
Yes, that is me. That is exactly me. I like to arrive early to everything because you never
Oh
know.
yeah.
Never know.
So
So,
so what advice do you have for someone who wants to start a healing circle or metaphysical group in their area?
well, first of all, if you have to be in the right place, the right moment. It cannot be that you're very depressed and you want to get people together because all you're doing then is sharing very negative energy. So you start by yourself, you start meditating by yourself, you start raising your vibrations so you can lead and be up here vibrationally so people can then rise up to you. And Meetup is a great place for that. You also have Facebook where you could start groups there and you could basically run the same things back and forth. So um I like Meetup because it's one place. You see the whole calendar right there. You can see the whole month of what activities are happening, when they're happening, and it just you
Point and
know
click and simple.
exactly.
I
So,
got you. Yeah, it's like Omni Collective has it again. Like I just use I would say operational conditioning with repetitiveness because repetition legitimizes based on the flow of awareness where it is going and eventually gets results with reality behavior.
mhm.
I'd say yes,
Yeah,
100%. If it's repetition, it's just like it's
it
almost like the
becomes
military too. It's like
yeah,
you get
it
up,
becomes second nature.
yeah, you get up at 8:30 in the morning every single day of your life. Eventually, within, once your body gets used to that time, you're going to wake up before your alarm all the time.
Hmm.
And I've done that every single day. I look at my clock and I'm like, oh my God, I got 15 more minutes till it goes off. Come on, why did I wake up now?
See, I don't have that problem.
I always wake
I,
up before my alarm.
I am not a morning person, so
It,
my alarm could go off, and I'm
Glenda,
like, click.
it doesn't matter if I can set my alarm for any time of the night and
Right.
I'll wake up like 15 minutes before and I'll wake up and I'm looking at around. I'm like, no way. I going
No.
back to, come on.
That's my partner. That's my partner. That's his job. His job is to wake me up.
So,
Get the
uh,
coffee going before I wake up. It's for the safety of all humanity. You need me
oh
caffeinated.
God, no,
You need me caffeinated.
our coffee pot's on a automatic thing in the morning, so that
Yeah.
before we even wake up, it's already done by the time we go downstairs.
Yes. It's for the safety of all humans, for
Oh
everybody.
God, yeah. So, um, what role do you think educators and light workers play in this global shift we're going through?
Well, the biggest role is raising the vibration, making people aware that there's more than what they have been taught and that there are no boundaries. Making them aware of that, helping them awaken, triggering that awakening, and helping them ascend because every single awakening moment that you have, it gets you closer and closer to the next dimension, the next ascension.
And I'm gonna interrupt right there because I want to say something about that.
Okay.
So I had a huge and it helps so much with your own energy as well when you help someone.
Hmm.
I was helping a friend of mine, Eric, and Eric was having a lot of problems in his life because his best friend had passed away, his pet, and they were together for a long time. I helped him get through it, and at the same time I helped myself
Hmm.
because it was almost like I could feel what he was going through at the time. And once he started to feel better, I could immediately, like, I wasn't there. I wasn't talking
Mhm.
to him at the time, but I could feel
Mhm.
it. I was like, "Oh, you're
Mhm.
feeling better." And he's like, "How'd you know?" I was like, "Well, I just felt it." I said, I thought you were feeling better. I wanted to ask you." And he said,
Right.
"Yeah." He said, he went out in the desert. He does CE5 and stuff. And
Okay. Good.
he had a connection with beings a couple, like, years and years ago, but he had thought, again, down in his dumps, saying, "I
Right.
lost this connection. I don't have it." And I'm like, "No, you have it. You just
Mhm.
need to refocus your energy. You're not. They don't want to come around when you're negative.
Right.
Even if you feel like, oh, I'm positive, but you still have something in here. You gotta let it go.
Your vibrations are not high enough for you to be able to see them or
Yes,
experience it.
you gotta let it go, because if you
Mhm.
don't, they feel that you hold on to something like that, and they
Mhm.
don't want to come around. They're like,
Right.
"Well, if we come up, you're gonna be a little bit more scared."
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yep. It's
It's beautiful though. It is when
it
you help
is. It
someone
is.
and you
Because
see it.
it that like I said, they come, they they heal, they release, and they just automatically with their raised vibrational frequency go further and continue to raise everybody else's.
Oh yeah, and it's beautiful. Like he's taken now. He was mostly like a loner or whatever by himself, but now he
Mhm.
was taking friends out to the desert to do CE5, and I'm like, that's
There you go.
exactly what you need to do.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, even
Community.
if you don't see anything, it's about the togetherness.
Right.
Having fun, being out there.
Community.
Yeah, community. Having that community to be with out there to talk to. That
And
that's what
and
he was. That's what he was missing.
right. And that's one of the reasons that Meetup is great because you find your community and you're able to see what is going on. And my community, my groups really become like family. And they check in on each other after a while,
Yeah.
they're to the point now where they help each other, they raise each other's vibrations. If is having a bad day, the news spells like wildfire and everybody's checking on them, so it becomes a real community. It becomes a real family, and a family that you chose, not necessarily one that was given to you.
Yeah. So, have you ever had experience with any memories or anything from before you were here?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Uh, yes, I have gone back as far as 123 lives.
Ooh.
So that's when I was off planet. So at that point, I said, okay,
Yeah.
I could stop at this point.
Yeah. No,
Um,
that's fine. That was one,
yes,
like,
well, look, I have been very blessed that I came in with full knowledge and I never shut it down. So up here, there's a lot of stuff.
you were sent
I'm
here for a
over. I'm
purpose.
over here. I'm over here going poof.
123 times is just wow. That's a lot. So you were definitely sent here with a purpose.
I was not supposed to be here. I was
Oof.
not supposed to be here in this lifetime. But I don't know. Silly me. I push people out of the other beings out of the way, other souls out of the way. I'm saying I'm going in there now before my time. But I knew that this was an important time to be at, and I wanted to help.
Okay.
So
So if you could leave one piece of wisdom for the next generation of light workers, what would that be?
never, ever doubt yourself. Because if you doubt yourself, you bring your energy level down, you bring your vibrational level down. If there's a thought in your mind that is for greater good, then that thought is positive. So continue moving forward.
Okay.
Not everything in life is going to be a bed of roses. Even bed of roses have thorns, but not everything is going to be very pretty and very easy.
Well, sometimes you have to go through the rocky road to get to the smooth surface at the other end.
Exactly. And, just keep going. Never lose faith in whatever it is that you believe in. I don't care if it's a statue or a flower or the moon or the sun. I don't care. Focus your intentions in higher good. Focus in being better than you were the day before.
Okay. So, what is next for you in 2025 and beyond? Are there new projects, events, or visions that you might have on the future?
Well, let's see. I did just start as a host for Cosmic Conversations on
Nice.
Tuesday night. I'm still doing my Glenda's Magical Creation, Glenda's Dragons Den podcast on Wednesday nights.
Hmm.
I do. I have started group healing meetings once a month, and that you can find the links to that on my website. Um, or on the calendar that I think it's you have it listed on the description.
Yes.
They could go there and see it every single month. Now those healing sessions are 1 hour, the monthly ones, but they heal everything that you're going through at that moment. It could be that you need to release a memory. Maybe you need to release something that's weighing you down. Maybe you need to release a trauma. Maybe you need to go through um, you needed guidance, whatever it is. Maybe your chakras are off, whatever. So,
I like that. I like that.
so,
That's a good one.
all right. So they will, you know, those sessions are to help you feel better so you can continue.
Okay.
And then, we all share. There's some people that have emailed me later that they felt like crying, so they were releasing. Uh, maybe they've had a really bad week, and it was a way to let go.
Mhm.
And some people have actually been feeling better, like their arms were hurting, and yet when they went through the session, their arms stopped hurting. So it's
Nice.
whatever the individual needs. I send out the energy and the individual takes it and determines where it needs to go.
Okay. And we just said how people can connect with you and your work. The
Hmm.
everything of Glenda's is in the description. Her, all of her contact information. If anybody would like to get a hold of her and or join her community, much appreciated. She is, we're all here doing the same thing. We all raise each other up. It doesn't
Hmm.
matter if Glenda's Magical Creations wants me to come on, I'm there.
Yep,
We push each other forward and lift each other up. And if we do that, then all these podcasts are just going to put out great information.
exactly. Exactly. And there's always somebody that resonates with you. So I may not resonate with everybody, and that's fine. But there could be people out there that all of a sudden they feel that energy and they feel that calling to get in touch with me. And definitely. And
Yeah.
if you do call, because my phone number is there, if you do call, please leave a message. I
Hmm.
don't always answer the phone if I don't recognize the number.
I usually let it go to voicemail, and then if
Yeah.
if they leave a message, then I'm like, oh, okay, then I need to, you
Right,
know,
exactly. And it's not because of anything. It's just that I am tired of people trying to sell me
oh,
car insurance,
I'm tired of the.
warranties.
You can get your vehicle insurance or your vehicle loan will be so much lower. I'm like, you know what? I did this one time to get my vehicle loan like lowered. I did
Hmm.
it one time, and they ran my credit twice,
Hmm.
hard
Hmm.
credit, mind you. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I just
Oh,
checked and you ran my credit already. Why didn't
yeah.
you put in the financial first? They were like, oh, our mistake. I'm like, well, don't run it again. I
Yeah, I
said,
know, because
you already ran it once,
yeah,
but
right.
I
Yeah.
can't deal with these people.
No, and I have enough with appliance warranties and your tires need it, and life insurance, and
Yeah, come to
hey,
think
you
of it.
applied for this? No, I didn't.
Oh, believe me, like, and we're gonna end here with what you would like to say at the end, Glenda. If you want to say a few words at the end, because you know how we lift each other up, and I'm looking at my phone, and Marjorie from Onyx News in Missouri, podcast Onyx News in Missouri. They want me to go on and host
Okay, good.
or be a
So
guest, I guess.
there you go. So I just want to say to anyone, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling lonely, if you're doubting yourself, whatever it is, if you're having a rough time, join the community. I have on my website a scholarship program also. So if you're having financial problems, you sent an email explaining what it is, and I present it to my scholarship team, and they'll make sure it's legit, because I've had one or two that they could definitely do whatever and try to fly by. But this is to help everyone.
Yeah.
We are all here to raise each other's vibrations. We are all here in one way or another to help each other become a family, because we are a family. People don't realize that we all came from the same place.
Yeah.
We all started out in the same place. All the souls were created by the same being, by the same in the same place, in the same manner. Now it is up to you to decide whether you're going to be better every single day, or you're going to leave yourself stuck. And please, the more you raise your vibrations, the better it is. And by loving yourself first, you can definitely say you can love others. So
That's beautiful. All right, Glenda. Then we will stay in touch, and
yes,
you need me to come on, I'm there. I got you.
I know, I know. Thank you, thank you,
Thank you, Glenda. Thank you for being on.
thank you.
That was Glenda Dawson, and oh man, I love having her on. She's such an energetic light worker. That's what I call her, because she's like a spark. Once you get her on like a conversation and everything, oh, I could have talked with her for more hours, like hours and hours, because it's just awesome how we can get into like that flow of conversations. But again, it's all about everyone helping each other, and I'm going to be helping, I guess, Marjorie from Onyx News over in Missouri. She wants me to be a guest, I guess. So I guess her guest canceled on her. So I'm gonna end this with Glenda. All of her bio and her contact information is in the description. And if anyone would like to get a hold of her or myself, no judgment. There's no judgment in either of our spaces, and there's no room for it. We go and we spread the light, and that's all we need to do. Thank you from everybody who showed up here tonight, and I hope to see you guys on for the next podcast. Should be pretty good. I'm looking at trying to get, actually, and you're never going to guess this, but Elon Musk on my podcast. I got in contact with him. Don't ask me how. And I'm trying to get him to come on the podcast, and he's being a little pushback. So I'm going to try to sugarcoat it, but I want him to come on here and explain to us, everyone, what actually disclosure means to him. Because we've heard from civilians, but we have not heard from the tech industry what they believe disclosure is. So I'm hoping he comes on and lets us know his feelings, but we'll see. We'll see. I've been working on it. But anyway, Galactic Family, I love you guys. Have a good night, and I will see you for the next podcast.